you come into this thing, you probably didn't have a ton of business sense. Maybe the other office you said was a really big office, so it was busy, and you probably hadn't thought about like the traffic you need in order to write what you need to write in order to get the results that pay the bills. What did you do? Like, how did you put those pieces together in the beginning?
I did not know how to like do the math or anything like that. The only thing I knew was that I had a lot of friends and family that I could reach out to and ask them to switch over to me.
I need your help, Mullins.
So all I wanted to do was just kind of issue as much insurance as possible, because I knew that if I issued a lot of policies, everything else would just kind of take care of itself, right? It wasn't until like a few months into it that I started meeting other agents that they're asking me, what's your ROI? How many internet leads do you buy? How many policies you're writing? And, you know, I wasn't tracking any of that stuff. I only had like about 4 bills: the rent, the lights, you know, the internet, and phone bill. So I didn't really learn that I needed to really be more organized and just really track this stuff until an opportunity was presented to me. So the district said, hey, we have this program called the Protege Program. We want you to train somebody for us, and in return, whatever they write, you get to keep, and we'll give you a bonus if they finish it. And I was like, okay, well, you know, I did the math. I was like, yeah, it sounds like it's a free employee for a few months, and it can help me with my growth.
You guys are getting paid?
So I went ahead and did that. We graduated her within about 4 months. And during that time, my district manager was like, hey, you know, how much policies has you ran? How many internet leads have you bought? He ran a little bit of math with me and said, hey, you got to have this tracking system.
We got to do something with it.
You know, as being a business owner, in order for things to be successful. You know, my first year or two, honestly, it was just dumb luck because we were just writing everything that came our way. We were writing a load of stuff just because we had a fresh book that hasn't been touched in years. I was able to sell a lot of life insurance, which kind of, you know, tickled the district over there because that's all they wanted us to do. But now, if you can ask me, you know, now that I'm on with Teledudes, I'm tracking it, I'm counting it. I'm an Excel spreadsheet Nazi now. So I track all that stuff now.
And so it runs out, your friends and family, all of that stuff, the book, you pounded the book. Like, did it just sort of dry up? Like, did you get to this point where you're like, oh no?
Oh, hell no.
I didn't, because since I had successfully graduated my protege and I wrote a lot of life insurance, the district rewarded me by giving me a free book. So it carried me on to the following year. But since I was only doing proteges at the time, you know, I knew that the staff members were only temporary. So they were coming in when they had a whole bunch of people they can sell.
Right.
So for the first 2 years, I had all that stuff going for me.
How long would they stay with you?
The proteges?
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to graduate them in 6 months, because if I graduated them in 6 months, then I would get like an extra $7,000 bonus.
So wait a minute. So you have free employees.
No, you got to pay them.
Well, I'm paying them, but the way I looked at it is, in 6 months, it was like $31,000 to complete the program. So it probably cost me about $12,000 in payroll, but I got a $31,000 bonus.
It's so your carrier gives you free employees plus extra money on top of it. Plus, if you're getting the free money, you're also going to get free books of business.
Yeah. And the person who's going to become an agent has been trained on how to do everything in an agency.
Giddy up.
I mean, it's a pretty genius thing.
That's awesome.
Well, that's how I survived my first 2.5 years. And now I have 2 sales producers plus my CSR. And we're one of the top 5 in our district.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, fortunately, Farmers killed the Protege program right now, but the second that thing comes back, I'm going to be right on board on that. Maybe, you know, rub them the right way and they'll throw a couple of policies your way.
Yeah, boy.
Cool.
And now it's even, I think the program was, before they killed it, was even getting better, because my second protege, I had that deal going on. They parked a $1.3 million book in my office that was generating about 12 grand in revenue a month. And I got to house that book for about 5 months. And then I got the full bonus. And then I got to keep $100,000. And some of the people in the book decided they did not want to leave. So I got to keep a couple of those policies. So it was
insane.
It was such a great deal. I don't know why a lot of farmers agents weren't jumping on board on this.
We just want to say thank you, and that hit that like button, the subscribe button, especially if you want to learn more on how your agency can dominate in any market. Hit those buttons, and I will see you next time.